Yo, what's up guys? It's Ohio, and in this video I end up opening all the drops that I had been saving since before this promotion went live. I had over 100, I think around 108 or 109, but this one is the winner bribe. I got this for linking my Twitch account to my Call of Duty account, and then I have 20 of the other ones. The winner bribe gives you 3 guaranteed winner items, and the other one that you get from contracts and stuff, that gives you 1 guaranteed item. And I have 20 of those. I got so many because I had the COD points that you get for the pre-order, and then I had been doing contracts as well. So I had 20 of those, 50 plus commons, and then I think 40 rares, or maybe a little bit less. So I was just going to do a live commentary and open these, but the live commentary was pretty bad because it was late, I was tired, and there were people in the game chat talking, and they were talking about something completely other than me and my friend were talking about, so it was kind of distracting and random. So I decided to come around and do a post commentary on this video, just kind of talking about my opinion on the Winter Siege promotion now that it's been live for a handful of days, and kind of talk about the things that I like and dislike. And first, what I want to talk about is the contracts. Before the Winter Siege promotion went live, the contracts were pretty bad, specifically quartermaster contracts. None seemed worth it. There were the ones that were really easy to do, but they costed over 1,000 armory credits, which is not worth it in any way. And then there were the ones that were harder to do, but they costed around 200-300 armory credits, but they were almost impossible to do just because of score-based matchmaking. It would be, get 30 kills in TDM in 10 minutes, which is doable, but if you go into a TDM match which lasts between 7 and 8 minutes for a full match, and maybe the match is slow, maybe everybody's camping back, or maybe you get into a match where the skill-based matchmaking is super hard and relevant, and you're put on the bad team and you're just getting ran through and there's not really much you can do about it. So there's a bunch of factors that go into it, but overall there's just not enough time there for 30 kills in TDM unless you get like the perfect circumstances. I didn't like the contracts for the quartermaster before this promotion went live, and I never bought any of them because I felt like they were pointless. But when this promotion went live, they fixed a lot of that and they kind of rolled it back to make the contracts more obtainable. They don't cost as much to buy, and they're more reasonable with their criteria for you to complete them. I think the hardest one I saw was 13 headshots in 40 minutes, which is actually really easy if you really focus on it. But if you're kind of just playing and you forget that you have that there, you might not end up getting it. I think the first day I bought it and I got it within the first war match that I played. And then the next day I bought it and just kind of played regular, didn't really think about it. And I had to buy it 3 times, and the third time I got it because I actually went for it. So none of the new contracts are hard to do. They just require you to either pay attention or play a decent amount of time. And I like that they're more approachable now. It gives you a reason to actually do them. Not only that, but they introduced the special order contracts where you can get the weapons for doing them. And those are also the same kind of deal. They're not difficult. They just require you to play a lot. So the Sten, you can get that for free if you play 50 games. It's a way around the loot boxes, which are going to be in the game. They give us an alternative route to get a weapon, and it's not too difficult. It's not win 50 matches, it's just play 50 matches. They've given us alternative routes to earn loot in the game, so I do like the contracts. The weapons are pretty decent for this expansion. I think the Sten and the LMG are the ones to really care about and go after. The Gavir is kind of just like a cool gun. It's not really good, and it can be good in some situations, but it's not an amazing gun, and nobody really cares about the melee weapons. So definitely get the Sten special order done, and definitely get the LMG special order done when it comes. And hopefully, if you missed the Sten order in the first day, maybe it'll come around again before the promotion's over, because it doesn't end till January. and there's a new special order every day, so keep checking if you missed it. Now that we're done talking about the weapons, that leads me into the next point, which are the boxes. And I do think these are both good and bad, and I feel like the reasons why they're good and bad is what balances them out, because I do get duplicates with these boxes a lot. I've opened 20 and then a little bit more after this video, maybe 5 more after, and I've gotten a decent amount of Winter Siege duplicates. It's because there's not that many items in the collection, but you don't want to be getting duplicates of Winter Siege items when you've only opened 5 or 6 boxes, you know. That was happening to me when I first opened my 20, and you'll see it later in the video, that I did get a decent amount of duplicates. And then today I logged in to get my second free Winter Siege box, and that had 3 duplicates in it. So it's not proven, and no one's really came out and said it, but I do think these boxes are kind of being throttled since launch. Around launch time, I opened maybe 50 boxes that I earned from the game, and I got a lot of good stuff out of it, and I got good epics, I got a decent amount of heroics. Now it's a lot harder to come across those things. I just feel like there's been some kind of dial back with the odds. Let me know if you guys feel the same way, but I opened 100 plus drops this video, and I don't even think I get 10 heroics, and I get a lot of duplicates as well. But the reason why I think it's sort of balanced is because you get a lot of boxes at playing this game. You do contracts. If you do a certain amount of contracts in a day, you get awarded more boxes on top of that. If you rank up at certain ranks, you get boxes, and then you get stuff from the matchmaking, which is good as well. And that's another point I was going to make. I like how they changed the box that you get at the end of matchmaking from a rare supply drop to a Winter Siege drop. So yes, you are getting duplicates, but you are getting a lot of drops, and you do get the Winter Siege drop at the end of matches and for contracts. So you get a lot of free boxes, and it's a way around paying for them. So you will get duplicates, which turns into armory credits, which you can use for collections, but at the same time you're getting a lot of free stuff. So I do think there is something reasonable there for us as the players. This is kind of the perfect win-win situation, because there are going to be boxes in the game. That's the way games have been trending lately, and there's no way for us to really escape it. No matter how many times we complain to developers, they're going to put these drops in the game regardless of what we say. But I do think that this situation is best case scenario. We win and they win. Us as the consumer, we play the game, and at the end of matches we get boxes. If we do contracts, we get boxes. If we do special orders, we get weapons. So there are ways for people who don't want to pay and get the instant gratification to get things that we want in the game. So we win in that way. And then the people who want to spend a little bit of money, they're impatient, or say they've worked, all week and they get their check, they want to spend $20 on some in-game items, then Activision wins. And we're not getting the stupid pay-to-win scenario where there's different variants of weapons that change the recoil, the accuracy, or the damage of a weapon. That kind of promotes people spending money just so they can get an advantage against you in the game. So I do think, and thank you to Sledgehammer for this, that this is the perfect situation for both parties. So when you do open these boxes, you're going to get duplicates, and those give you armory credits, and that leads me into my next topic, which is the collections. I do like the idea of collections. If you're opening boxes and you're not getting lucky, you're not getting the things you want, you can use those armory credits to complete the collections. And I think for this Winter Siege promotion, that the collections are actually pretty good. They don't really cost that much, and I did a video breaking down all of the collections, but there are a few that are ridiculous, and I think one of them that needs to be scaled way back is the Sten collection. That one I think has 5 or 6 epics in it, and it costs a total of 31,000 armory credits, which is ridiculous. I play this game a lot, so if I was to dump all of my credits into that collection right now just to get that variant, Yeah, I'd have the Sten variant, but I would have no credits left to do anything else. But other people who play the game more casually, they won't have anywhere near enough to complete that set, and that's what I don't like. When you look at some of the uniform sets, and the Gavir is only 9,000, and I think the LMG is somewhere around 13k. So there are obtainable weapons from this promotion in the collections, but the Sten is way overpriced. It's unreasonable. And then the trench knife is, I think, 19k, which is ridiculous for a melee weapon. So I think a couple of those need to be scaled back. Other than that, I do like the idea of collections, and I do like that they added variants of the weapons for this promotion that you could get in collections. So the last aspect of this Winter Siege promotion that I'm going to talk about is the Karin Tan map and the double XP playlist. The map, for me, is not any good. I hate the map. I don't like playing it. I've played it a handful of times in the double XP playlist, and I have not touched it ever since. I know the map that it's based off of, and I have played that map a lot, and I think that has something to do with why I don't like the new one so much. During Modern Warfare or COD 4, they had a DLC map pack, and within that they included Chinatown, and that's what Karin Tan is based off of, and that's what Winter Karin Tan is based off of as well. And I'm not against Call of Duty companies making remakes of maps. I think it's pretty cool. You can go and replay maps that you have memories on, and most of the time they look better, and some of the time they actually play better. But I think in this case it does not play better. The thing that kind of made the map what it was were the open lanes that the map had. And I feel like this version of the map, they kind of close off all those lanes and kind of compact all of the space. And it just doesn't feel right. It feels random and it feels cluttered. I played it and just felt frustrated. I kind of felt like I was constantly running into walls or going into rooms, being shot from windows or being shot from a corner, a guy sitting in between two pieces of rubble. It just doesn't seem like it flows well. And not only that, but the double XP playlist wasn't much for me because normally I like to play war. If you play a full game offense and defense and have at least 50 kills on each side, you're looking at least 35k XP. And when I went to the double XP playlist, I was playing TDM and domination. And I think at the end of those matches, you're pretty much going to earn around 4,000 to 9,000 XP. So double that is still not anywhere near as close as I make from a war game. So I kind of don't see the point of the double XP. I know some people do like that map and some people do like to play those game modes. But for me, not only do I not like the game modes, but I don't really like the map as well. So the whole XP playlist is kind of pointless for me. And with that being said, that's my overall thoughts of the Winter Siege promotion. To summarize things, the things that I do like are the HQ. I like the idea of the HQ in general. I love that it's in Call of Duty, but I like how they changed it and made it more event-oriented. It's pretty cool. And other than that, I really like that they added weapons that weren't too much different than the base weapons. They fit in the game and they're not overpowered. There aren't variants of weapons that change their base stats, so that's good. Not only that, but I like the adjustment they made to contracts. So now the contracts are more doable, they cost less, and you can actually get the weapons from the special orders, which are kind of a way around spending a lot of money. That's awesome too. And finally, I just like the way the new loot looks. Moving on to the things that I dislike. The first being the Karin Tan map, obviously, and the other being duplicates. I don't understand why we are getting duplicates for the Winter Siege items because they are brand new to the game, and I shouldn't be getting a duplicate for a winter item within the first 10 drops that I open for a brand new promotion. I don't understand that. It shouldn't be a thing, and I think the duplication rate needs to be adjusted. I understand it more for the base content. All those collections have been in the game for a month now, and if you've been playing a lot, you've been opening up a lot of supply drops. I think I've opened up around 150 or maybe more of the base supply drops. So I'm not as mad about getting a duplicate from there. I understand it. I don't enjoy it, but I understand it. So hopefully at some point Sledgehammer addresses or adjusts the duplication rate. But lastly is the Sten collection. I think that it costs way too much. Other than that, all the other collections are pretty decent. But that's pretty much it, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, come back for more Call of Duty World War II, and I'll see you in my next one.